Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Aftabuddin from Bangladesh. I'm the Vice President and the Chief Executive Officer, McWeadon Education. McWeadon Education is a global online platform to help education and training of professionals from all development sectors and industries. McWeadon Education and Faith Bangladesh is going to jointly organize a series of remote online learning workshops as webinars. Today's webinar will focus on viewpoints of some students, school children from the USA and Bangladesh. At this point, it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Badrul Huda Khan, who is the founder and president of the McWeadon Education USA. He is globally known as modern founder of e-learning, online learning, and he has kindly agreed to moderate this webinar. Over to Dr. Badrul Huda Khan. Thank you.
As you know, in March 2020, after the most dangerous threat in the history of our education, the rise of pandemic COVID-19 would leave a lasting footprint, compromising the future of our world by changing the way children learn in a new virtual world. Public schools across our entire world shut down for the first time in history, as the pandemic swept across the world, devastating our economy, health, and educational systems. With no substantive preparation, many teachers were asked to move from traditional face-to-face instructional models to delivering content remotely for virtual learning. Many teachers had neither tools nor expertise to shift from face-to-face instruction to virtual education within a short period of time. Today, McWeadon Education and the Faith Bangladesh organized this webinar to hear from school children from the two countries, the United States of America and Bangladesh. Let me briefly introduce the students, and there we have from Bangladesh, we have Saria Tasneem. She goes to Bikronasam Nuni School, and we have students Mason Rodriguez from the United States, and we have students Nadia Brigham Young from Virginia. We have Vivian Ely from Pennsylvania. So we have Camilla Alam from New York. So now we can see all of them on the screen. So first I will go with Saria Tasneem. So will you share your experience? Please state your name, your school name, and your state name. So Saria Tasneem, let me go with you.
I'm Saria Tasneem. I'm in class 9 and studying at Vikarasa Noon School and College. I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh. So our school is taking the online classes on Facebook Live and Zoom, and it's going pretty great, even though it's closed right now for December winter break. What I liked about online classes is that I could do them from home, and it just took a few clicks to do so. And that's very easy regarding when we used to go to our institution for the classes. We had to worry about transportation, traffic, and not being late, being on time. And the traffic is really bad at Dhaka, so it was really tiring sitting through traffic and all. What I didn't really like about online classes, the internet connection here is not very strong. So we have not, it's not very strong, so it may disconnect from my classes from time to time, and it gets really annoying because I had to reconnect, and it takes a bit of time to reconnect, and I might miss out on the important stuff. Also, looking at the screen for too long, it makes my eyes hurt. And well, our teachers are very new to this, so they could, try to improve it by asking us, or they could maybe watch YouTube videos to learn how to make the classes more easier for them, for us, and how to use the technology to do so.
Thank you, Soria. And she is in 9th grade in Vikarasanoon School and College in Dhaka, Bangladesh. My next guest appearing, he is the youngest participant in the panel. He is in kindergarten and only 6 years old. His name is Mason Rodriguez. Mason, can you tell me your school name and if you like online education, and if anything you don't like? He may be accompanied by his father, because he's too young.
So you go to Buzz Aldrin Elementary School.
I go to Buzz Aldrin Elementary School.
In Fairfax, Virginia.
In Fairfax, Virginia. USA. I like online learning because I like learning at home. And the different applications.
And
programs. So that's very good. So you like online education. That's wonderful. A 6 years old who is so young, and he's the real digital citizen. He loved online education. All right. Now, let me move on to the next guest. Her name is Camilla Alam. She's from New York City, United States. Camilla, go ahead. Tell me about your name, your school name, and then what you like about online education, what you don't like about online education. Please share with us.
My name is Camilla Alam, and I go to PS229 Emmanuel Kaplan in Queens, and I study in the Gifted and Talented program. What I like about online learning is that I like to talk with my friends at the beginning of classes because we don't get to be together as much as we used to because of online learning. So when I talk with my friends, it's like I'm with them in person. And it's also easier to do online school when I have everything that I need at my home. I have fast internet, a monitor, books, and barely any background noise. So I feel like I'm really lucky for that because it's easier for me to study and focus and maybe get better grades because of that. Also, I enjoy having my parents help me in school because my mom is really good at math and ELA, and my dad is great at science and math too. What I don't like about online learning is that homework is a bit overwhelming because in my class for in-person school, when the teacher would assign homework, the students could ask any questions because the students know that the teacher is still with them until they leave, so they would know to ask questions beforehand. But in remote learning, we don't know if the teachers are still in the Zoom meetings that we take classes in, so we don't know, like, it's not that easy to ask questions. And also, if we try to message the teachers, it's not that effective. And I also miss my friends a lot because I can't see them a lot or interact the same ways I used to in in-person school. And lastly, I don't get to be very active because during remote learning, I'm stuck in a chair staring at my screen for a long time. And in in-person school, we would like have recess, and we would be more active.
Wonderful. Now I come to Vivian Ely from Pennsylvania. So what do you like about online learning? What do you don't like about online learning? Please share with us. Thank you, Vivian.
Hi, my name is Vivian Ely. I go to Manheim Township High School in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in the US, and I'm a senior. I'm in 12th grade. There are some aspects of online learning that I do like. I like waking up later, and like Camilla said, I get help from my parents. I have a lot of resources at home, and the process is just a lot easier. Like Saria said, I don't have to worry about getting to school, and I have better Wi-Fi at home, and it's just more convenient at home. There are some aspects that I don't like as well. I think there's a definite conversation barrier when we're online, and a lot of my classes are discussion-based, so it's been really difficult trying to get students to interact with each other because we can just turn our microphones off and our cameras off and just disconnect kind of from the class, so that's been really difficult. I also think online learning has taken a toll on students' mental health a lot and physical health, like Camilla was saying, because we're sitting at home all day. And we're kind of in a little hole by ourselves, like a hobbit, just sitting here looking at our screens. So, and there's a lack of interaction with other students. So, I definitely think that I prefer in-person school because of these aspects, but it is more convenient to be online. Thanks.
Thank you, Vivian. Now I come to Nadia Brigham. She is from Virginia. But Nadia, go ahead. What do you like about online education and what you don't like about online education? Please share with us.
Hi, my name is Nadia Bingham. I go to Jolliffe Middle School. I'm in 7th grade and I live in Virginia. Things I like about online school is that I can connect with my teachers by emailing them, and I can also do breakout rooms to see them, do breakout rooms separately from other students, so I'm not talking in front of all the other students, and I'm not typing in the chat privately to my teacher, and it's way much easier. And other things I like about it is that the homework, now we can kind of type, and it's not that we have to worry about the paper getting messed up or anything. Even if we have it in a neat section, it's still kind of hard keeping up with the paper. And things I don't like about online school is that we have to work, like they both said we have to worry about if our teacher's there to help us for our homework when we have to turn it in on a certain time at like 11:59 at night, just to make sure it's ready, and we had to rush kind of, but you don't really have a lot of time. And things I think they should try to do to make schools a lot better and make online learning a lot better is coming up with games, like taking games from right now and coding them into, or just taking them and using them on slides and putting their learning techniques onto there, and it would be way much funner and entertaining, and that's what I think would be best.
Thank you. I'm so happy that all of you shared what you like and what you don't like about remote learning. In fact, back of my, I'm in my home, in my office. And here you see all the books I have written is on online education. And in the book, I talk about there are obstacles. It's a new thing for all of us. It's challenging. It's never going to be same like face-to-face classes unless it's designed with the comments that you are making. If we address those concerns, we can make a good online education. Now, I'm going to ask you that I'm going to start with Mason now. Mason, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. You at home, and when you're in school, you play games or you sing. Now, are you missing anything in school with your classmates, your friends in the classroom? No? Okay.
No.
Now I want to hear a song from you. Can you sing a song, please? Ready, set, go. Sing a song.
Spider-Man.
Same song?
Yeah, he said same song.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. In the thrill of the night, at the scene of the crime, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for singing the song for the world. Now I come to Camilla. Camilla, can you sing a song? Because I know you're a singer, because you go to music school as an extracurricular activity. Can you sing a song for us, please?
Okay, I'm going to sing a couple of lines from a Bangla song. It's called Tumi Nirmalo Karo. Tumi Nirmalo Karo Mangalo Kore Molino More Momuchai Tobu Punno Kirano Tejak Mur Mohu Kalima Guchai Molino More Muchai Tumi Nirmalo Koro Mungalo Kore Molino More Muchai.
Wonderful, Molino Mormo Muchaye. This is a Bengali song that Camilla, she was born in the United States. She sang a Bengali song. I will come to Nadia. Nadia, please sing a song. We are having a fun because you are all missing your classes, can sing in front of your peers, your classmates. Now there's an opportunity. You sing in front of the whole world. Nadia, go ahead.
I'll be singing a couple of lyrics from Lost Boy. Here I go. There was a time where I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to go home. My only friend was the man in the moon. Even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night as I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He came to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said,
Thank you, Nadia. Now, I'm going to go to Vivian. Vivian, I know that you saw that, Nadia, when you sing, and then Mason, he clapped for you, you know? I think whole world clapped for all of you. For Mason's song, and then Camilla's song, and Nadia's song, well received globally. Now, I'm going to Vivian. Vivian, I know all of us, when you go to school, whatever age, whichever grade you are in, but you do extra curricular activities. I know by talking with you that you love swimming and you do some social activities. Now tell me, how do you do any of these activities now? Can you share with us during this pandemic time, how you get yourself involved in activities that you used to do in face-to-face in a classroom, on-campus classes?
Yeah, so first of all, swimming has been really difficult because obviously we aren't able to wear masks or social distance much when we swim. So swimming has been put on hold for a while. I haven't really been able to swim as much, and I know a lot of other sports have been determined that way. I am involved in some clubs. I write for my school newspaper, and I'm involved, for example, in Women in Leadership Club, and so we hold our meetings on Zooms too, like in classes. So that has been a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. We all meet together and we talk over the computer about what's going on in our club and how can we improve and what's going on in the world around us. So it's been pretty good with the Zoom calls. And some things that have been difficult are in-person events. Like for the Women in Leadership Club, we have a Women in Leadership Forum, and this year it's being held online. And it's been really difficult to plan that and see who's going to come. And we usually sell t-shirts to raise money for a scholarship, and we can't do that now because we can't be touching everything and then giving it to other people. So it's also been really hard to raise money for our club, but I think our club meetings have been successful on Zoom, but it's just harder with in-person events and some fundraising things.
Thank you, Vivian. Would like to see you someday become an Olympic swimmer, winning gold medal for the United States. Now I go to Bangladesh. Saria Tasnim, I know you play basketball and other games. What are you doing as extracurricular activities, or are you doing anything besides going to online classes? Go ahead, please.
Well, I play some sports, even though I'm self-taught, and I like basketball, volleyball, or badminton, but I can't really play them right now because of the pandemic. And I used to learn swimming. But I got sick some years back, so I had to stop. And I was supposed to continue again this year, but I couldn't because of the pandemic, and pools are all closed, and like Vivian said, we can't really social distance or wear a mask when we're swimming. And at school or for other schools, there used to be science festivals or language festivals. I actively participated in those every year, but all of them have been canceled this year. But I have attended some online workshops, like in the beginning of the year, around June, and so that's basically it. I can't really play my sports because of the pandemic.
Thank you, Saria. Mason, do you have any other song in stock that you can sing? Mason?
No.
You don't have any other song?
No.
Can you tell a joke?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Okay, tell us a joke, please. Not now? Okay. Let me ask you then. That's a joke too now. All right. Who likes you the most, your mom or dad? Who likes you the most, your mom or your dad? Mason, you like your mom?
Yes.
You like your younger sister?
Yes.
And you like online learning?
Yes.
Do you like going to school face-to-face in the classroom?
Yes.
All answer yes. Thank you. You are a yes man. All righty. We'll come back to you a little later. Now I want to move on to Camilla. Camilla, how is your online learning going on for you and also for all other classmates? What they say, how it can be improved.
Well, in my, I think, so in my virtual classes, it's not that bad. One thing I do have a complaint about is all of like the technical issues my teachers sometimes have. Like they don't have too many, but when they do have the technical issues, it's always at the worst time. Like when they're trying to explain our homework, they might have a like internet problem and they freeze all of a sudden and automatically leave our class out of nowhere. But other than that, everything is good. I'm understanding everything pretty well. All of my classmates complain about the homework. I do too. I complain about it sometimes too, but not as much as they do, I would just say, because they complain about the homework like all the time, even when we only have a little. But for me, I don't really I try to just not complain about it because I think it's okay. I understand the teachers, they want us to be ahead and everything. And like it's just like because of the times, I guess they're giving us, well, I don't know honestly, but to be honest, I'm not too I don't feel too bad about anything much in my online classes. And that's everything else I enjoy about my online classes.
Wonderful. So you must be very good at computing and doing your homework online. But online is such a environment that one has to be very independent, self-disciplined, and I think you're doing good and best wishes for you. Now I'm going to Nadia. Nadia, can you share with us that, I know before the class you had to had this interaction or some kind of communication with your friends before the class or during the break. You would share, good things, bad things, share, but you don't get it anymore. So does it bother you about online education? And are you really looking forward to go back to the classroom, see your classmates and chat and have fun? Please go ahead.
I'm actually not looking forward to going back to the classroom because going back to the classroom is going to be way more different because now online nobody's really turning on their camera and they're only communicating through the chat, and it's very rare that you would hear their voice, not unless the teacher has the chat off. And going back in the classroom, just seeing their faces, it would kind of be like hard, and it would kind of be like, oh, I'm gonna wait a little bit to talk to them because like you never know, like they could change, they don't want to talk to you anymore, or it's been a long year or however long it would last for. It just would just change the whole preference and view of how you might see some people. But online learning, I kind of like just going back to the regular way it used to be. It's probably not going to be the same as just the first year of school. Like the first year of like middle school or any new school is kind of like you're nervous all the time. So I think that's just how it's going to be. Everybody's just going to be nervous again. And like once you are in 6th grade and then you move up to the next grade, you're already used to it and you know all the same people, but you don't know if there's going to be new people. You might be like different people from different classes that you never ran into before. It would just be very nerve-wracking and very nervous.
I hear your opinion about that and also your feelings. You're like, it's a new norm. It's like a paradigm shift. We're in a different world now, almost like a virtual world, but we have to go to the physical world when you go back to class. we may not be the same again. So there's some, mental stress will happen for some students. There will be a lot of counseling needed, and also prepare yourself that, how can you be prepared to, adjust yourself to go back to the classroom you used to be with. And we want the best wishes that we have to hear from our students to see how they're feeling, how the teachers are going to be adjust to this new environment. Someone asked the question, what parents and caregiver can do to help their children be successful when learning online. Well, this is coming from Sabrina Chaudhary Don. Actually, she is from Voice of America. She is an international broadcaster. And this is a very important question. That this is the online education is so new thing. And teachers were not really mentally prepared. We got flat-footed. We were unprepared or underprepared. And think about the students who do not have access to the 5G internet connectivity, good high-power computer, whose parents don't speak English. English as a second language for the parents, because online education does require parental help. And you need a separate room in your house to do your work. So low-income families may be suffering. So there are so many issues, that we are not seeing them. But I'm writing a position paper, Education at Risk. And we need to prepare ourselves, because when these students, after 9-10 months, go back to school, how they're going to be adjusting to the new normal education. We do not know what else epidemic or pandemic will come to our society, but it's going to have implication on us. So we want our parents, our community members to learn. I say sin of commission, sin of omission. Sin of commission, something that we have done did not work. Sin of omission, something that we did not even, we did not think about it. We need to go back and to see what are the things, what are the students are saying, how are they progressing. In one of the latest in Washington Post posting on that a majority of the low-income family minorities also suffered with, and they got many of them failed in Fairfax County, one of the largest school districts. Many other are, reporting that. So that means this remote learning has implication on our students. So it also divides between haves or have not. So we need to start thinking about nationwide, globally also think about that before we go completely online. Are we supported with appropriate hardware, software, even mentally prepared, or are teachers trained to teach online? The students can take online. In fact, the students are more prepared in tech digitally than some teachers. So we need to make a very comprehensive assessment of how the students feel about this online education, how the teachers feel, how the other stakeholder groups. For example, we have people, they are talking about many issues. Mental health is also affected. I can see that. I am locked down at home for 10 months. So I only go to my garden in the home. I don't go other places, because definitely we want to stay safe, you see? So this created a situation that, like Nadia mentioned, when you go back to classes, you don't know how you feel. So let me ask you, Vivian, when you actually go back to school, what do you think your life be like? Not seeing your friends, and is going to be different for you?
I think there will definitely be, like I said before, a communication barrier, because we can't just turn our cameras off or our microphones off, and I think it'll be a little awkward. Like Nadia said, we'll feel nervous and communication might be difficult. And I think that's the biggest concern, is that conversation might be different because it's especially hard when we're in masks. It feels like a blockage and like we can't talk to each other, and that's
Yes.
also difficult. And it's hard to hear other people. It's hard to see their voices. I know, especially in my language class, when I was in school in the fall for a couple days, and I couldn't see my teacher's mouth, and it's really hard to understand what he was saying. So I also think that's a definite hardship to coming back. Communication will definitely be a significant deterrent when we come back. You're muted. Dr. Khan, I think you're muted.
Oh, thank you. So this is online, sometimes I forgot when I try to unmute me. Alrighty, so there is a question comes from Camilla Alam, I think from USA, New York. Remote learning requires a significant level of support from parents, which all children do not have access. It's true. As I said previously, some parents are not educated enough to help their children learn from home. That's why the schools are all about. But it is an advantage for those who are highly educated. They can spend time with their kids so that they can learn. So to me, it seems that we need to really think through all the issues that we have to pay attention to. Issues of how one learn, what are the technology and cross-nation language. And in the classroom, you can see your teacher. Teacher would understand whether you're learning or not learning, can help you. But online, the teacher doesn't even know where you are. You may be home or you may be somewhere else, but maybe you're in a farm or sitting down there and with your smartphone, you are doing your some homework, you see. So it is not easy. So going back, it's a new norm. This online education, this COVID-19 did one thing, which is showed us that we no longer can only rely on one way of doing things. People doing online business, online education, everything online. So one good thing about this, our technology has improved to the level where we can do all different kind of education, health, and things digitally. But if we don't prepare ourselves, if we don't think through all the things that we need to provide the most meaningful remote or online education, then it's gonna be difficult. And who's gonna be the sufferer? Sufferer will be the ones who do not have access to high-speed internet connectivity, good hardware, not having parental involvement because parents don't have the skill to help students. So there are myriad of issues that one has to consider. But one good thing is that we have an alternative way to do it, which is good. Technology good. However, we need to prepare ourselves for this new paradigm of education. It's a new norm. I do not know if we ever can go back to the normal life, like you say about the mask. Yeah, I feel uncomfortable wearing mask, but I have to wear it, because if you have to wear it all the time, that is something that some people may not feel comfortable, you know? So we hope and pray that we become, you know, a society that has, you know, all the precautions that we have to take to live, because we need to think about alternatives, and we have to think about, we need to address issues and concerns. We have to open up our mind and listen to people, listen to students, listen to teachers, listen to counselors, listen to all school-based staff, what they're thinking, how they're providing support services, and what they're concerned. And then we have to pay attention to those and try to address them. And also come up with acceptable, usable solution, because it is not working to the level that one would expect that online education, because a human interaction is needed. We are human, we are not numbers. I can work on a computer program remotely because I'm dealing with the numbers and codes, but here we are talking to human. Our children, they go to school, not only that they learn lessons, but they learn interpersonal skills. They deal with their friends. They have good times, they have bad times, they have a mixed time, all different things. This is growing up. We are not growing up like, like robots. It's not robotics, it is, we are human, we are not numbers. So we need to start thinking about all the issues. Are we ready? Well, we got flat-footed, we were really unprepared. Now that we have this experience, good thing that we have the experience, now people are listening. People are thinking, people are writing about it, they're voicing their concern. In fact, I'm writing a position paper, what I said is like a nation's education at risk. What we can do about it. And I hope the new administration will be thinking about coming up with a comprehensive plan so that every child in the United States, for every country, they should come up with a plan so that they understand the new norm. And they should think about what they can do the best within their capacity, within their capability, you know. So by saying that, let's go to Saria from Bangladesh. If you have to advise your school what they can do to make online more fun, engaging, and meaningful to you and your friends.
Well, our teachers could start doing quizzes on Zoom or on the whiteboard feature, and then they could do brainstorming sessions, and they could make us participate in online games, educational online games, which could help us work our brains and solve puzzles maybe during online classes or in between breaks of the classes. And I think everyone would participate in the classes actively, because there is a fun activity there now.
Well, I have a questions coming from Dilkusar Khanam. She's from Ideal School, Chittagong, Bangladesh. Her question is how the students' attendance can be increased. So can you tell me from your what they can do, school can do, so that students can join the online education or participate like they would have participated in the face-to-face classes every day? Do you have any?
I actually have to think about it for a bit. I think our teachers could be more interactive. They could be more interactive than they are now. So others can find it fun talking to the teachers. They could interact more with us. They could talk to us more. And then and us students, when we like our teachers, we can like throw away everything to join their classes because we look up to them. So, and our students should be more active to attend the classes because some people don't even attend them.
Very good. Nadia, what your school can do? Nadia, what your school can do to make online education more fun, engaging? Can you think of anything the school can do, or you're like your advisor to the school now? But you should, because you are the actual, you are actually taking the class online from home. Any advice you can give it to your school, how they can improve whatever they have now?
Advice I can give them is that just to be like things I think they can do, like she just said, is puzzles and quizzes on the whiteboard feature on Zoom is very helpful, and also you can allow your students to like write on the screen for their answers, or they could do like on Zoom you have where you could take a poll and you could put the quizzes up there like a pop quiz, like you do in class. And also they can do more games of like Kahoot and quizzes and all those fun websites out there. Like I know my teachers use Whiteboard for just like some practice, and the teachers can just see it and they can do tests and all that. And then, like I said earlier, more like try to make some games or just take like the screenshots of game pictures, and then put your information, like put the information that they're learning now and we're learning now on that slide, and it'll be there, and it'll be more fun because then it's kind of like their way of knowing, because it's from video games to like learning at the same time. In most video games, some of them aren't like fun teaching fields that kids want to go to, like all the cool maths. Like cool math is a fun thing because they have so many games on there, like reading, math, and if they just suggest that more kind of sometimes as homework and they can see it, it would be fun to do. It's fun to work with and fun to cooperate with.
Well, that is wonderful. This suggestion, I hope, teachers, principals globally throughout the world should listen to people like you, maybe they can make some projects together, group projects, but it needs time and preparation. And I'm hoping that in future, they will come up with new strategies by listening to all the students. And let me see if Mason is still awake. Mason is our 6-year-old kindergarten student. Mason, can you show your face, please? He's still awake. What time do you go to bed, Mason?
What time do you go to bed? 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Well, you have only 11 minutes left. Okay, you have anything you like to say to the world? Because it's coronavirus, COVID-19, people stay home. Do you have any advice for us?
Wish we had more playtime on the computer.
I wish we had more playtime on the computer.
Oh, you need more time to think about it?
Playtime.
Oh, you need more playtime. All righty. So how do you feel today that you've been globally visible? Everybody in the world, Mason, they're seeing you. You're the youngest participant on this panel. How do you feel? Do you feel good?
Yes.
If we like to have you back again, would you please join us?
Yes.
Thank you, Mason. Alrighty, we have one more question I may want to ask to Camilla. Camilla, do you feel that all students in your class where you used to go in your split grade, they have all the facilities that you have at home?
I'm not sure, but I do know that maybe some of my classmates might fight with their parents a lot, or sometimes they might not have everything they need. Like one of my classmates, he doesn't have all of his notebooks, and he's trying to figure out how he can pick them up from our school. And I also know that some of my classmates in the middle of classes, or like sometimes when we're talking together, even they might like their parents might like just interrupt and start like telling, and like if I'm talking with my friend, her parents might interrupt, and she would have a fight with them and have to go out of nowhere. And I also think that some students in my class might not focus too. Like one of my students, the whole class actually caught her playing video games in the middle of class. And it was because like there was a mirror right behind her where everybody could see her tablet. So she didn't know, but I know that some of my classmates also don't focus. But overall, I don't know about their resources, but I feel grateful for what I have. And I think some of my classmates might not have everything. And yeah.
Thank you. So I like to thank all of you for joining us, and you shared your experience with online education. And is there anything else anyone would like to share? I'll give you a couple minutes before we end. Anything you like to share? Okay, Vivian, go ahead, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to mention that if you feel like awkward in a class, I know it may be a little difficult, but just like maybe reach out to your fellow students, because some people might be struggling at home, or just try to engage in class. That'll really help your teachers as well, because I know they're trying their hard. And so my advice is to reach out to your fellow students and your teachers and just engage. So it makes it easier for everyone.
Well, you know, I must say that you guys are real. You're not actors. You are real students taking online classes. And I hear from you, you guys did a wonderful job explaining how you feel. I don't know how well I was able to moderate these panel discussions, because I want to know, hear from you. So I can, in my writing, in my speaking, I can share with you that I have selected 2 countries. Bangladesh is 16,000 miles away from the United States. And it's one of the developing nations, doing very well now. We are in the most developed country in the world. This COVID-19 affected both worlds. It affected all over the world. That means we need to be thinking now globally. We need to be more sensitive about what we are blessed with. We are blessed with going to face-to-face classes, seeing our friends. But you see, I wanted to make sure that we all understand, we feel for others, and also feel for your teachers, because they went out of their ways to help you. Because they are not, none of us were really accustomed to this kind of situation. Before I close and give it to Dr. Aftab, is there any other questions? I think, Camilla, you have. Okay.
I want to just mention something really quickly, that if anybody's classrooms are really awkward and nobody's talking at the beginning of classes before everybody starts in their classes, maybe just ask a simple question like, how's life, or what are you guys up to? Because then it can get the whole classroom it can get the whole classroom a bit more social. I know this because I've done it many times. So that could help if you need to start a conversation.
Oh, wonderful. See, one thing about digital learning or online learning, it allows you to speak better in front of the globally audience. You're not talking to me, you're talking to the whole world. I'm so happy, and I'm so happy to have all the participants from Mason being 6 years old. His nap time, he was so kind enough to stay until 10 p.m. So I thank you all. Oh, Mason, you have a question? Mason has a question. Please go ahead, Mason.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Khan.
Thank you, Dr. Khan. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Mason. You are very sweet. You may be the youngest audience that I have on my webinar. By the way, snippets from this webinar will be shown in KDW Khan's Digital World TV show that's on Fox 5 Plus Washington, D.C. So you will be well known. You're already well known globally. People will be seeing you. Now that we only have 3 minutes left, within the 3 minutes, I will take 2 minutes. And if you have any other last minute, something you say, you raise your hand. Any last minute thing? All right. So let me tell you, we all got flat-footed. We got locked down at homes, but we all try our best to do our business. Our teachers work very hard. Our students, they got used to, they're working hard. It's a new norm. So you have to have patience. You have to start to think about how blessed we are. So many people we lost globally. And United States is one of the hardest hit countries. So many lives lost. So we pray for them. We pray for the better future and better future for all of us, so we can become a very good citizens in the world. Having said that, I must give it to Dr. Aftab, and he's going to do the concluding statement. We'll finishing in 2 minutes. Thank you so much. I'm Badrul Khan. I'm signing off from this. Dr. Aftab, please take over.
Thank you, Dr. Khan. It's my great pleasure actually to share with you our feeling. At the end of this session, we feel so excited to learn from you so many insightful comments, suggestions, and indeed your participation was very active and excellent. And you provided us with so many insightful suggestions that I think for the organizers, for the teachers and other administrators, it will be very useful in the coming days ahead. And I would like to again actually thank you all, sincerely thanking you all that at this night, you are from the USA and from Bangladesh this morning, you are participating so well, so exciteful, and we look forward to have you again in our seminar, in our webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Khan also, and thanks other organizers and learned participants that actually, as the parents and caregivers, that have given excellent support to the children and to us also. We look forward to work together because there is no other way. We have to be united, and diversity is unity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Thank you all.